Hey, what's up, everybody? Back again. Still toying around with DxO Pure Raw 2. Still in the free trial. I guess, in a sense, I'm convinced that it is a good, it's a decent uh, program to run your raw files through to before you go into Lightroom or wherever you edit your photos. I'm not sure you would need it if you were using Capture One. I haven't really gone that far with this yet, but I wanted to bring something up here that I just discovered today, actually. So I went out to the zoo, the Amarillo Zoo today. I took the 2x teleconverter, my 50 to 140. I wanted to see, first of all, I was hoping to catch some of the animals out. It was still a little bit too chilly. So the animals weren't all that active. Most of the animals were put away. They were kind of hiding away. The lions were out for sure, and the camels. I think uh, I did get the camels with the 56. There's one of the camels with the 56. Really nice and clear, shooting at f2 on the new 56 1.2 WR. What I really wanted to discuss was this shot right here. Now, if you look in the lower left-hand corner, you will see down here DxO deep prime.dng. This is the DNG file that I processed the Royal Air Force file through. I'm sorry, but every time I see a Fuji RAW file, I just think Royal Air Force, RAF. But anyway, this is I kind of dumped them all in the same folder. But I was looking at it, and I was kind of, I was doing my adjustments and everything, and I set my color or set my profile, because even with the DNG, the DxO DNG, you can go in and set your profile. It does come up in Adobe profile, and then you can go in and you can change it. I don't know if that's the issue here, but just bear with me. So this is the DNG file. You can see down here, lower left-hand corner, deep prime. And I did I did these adjustments. I actually should probably, I'll just leave sharpening low. I really didn't even need to sharpen this. I left profile corrections off because profile corrections were already in. DxO actually recognized the fact that I was using a 50 to 140 with a 2x teleconverter, which is nice. At least I think it had the teleconverter in there. I'm pretty sure it did. So I went through, did all that, and I was like, hey, look at all the detail. Detail is fantastic. I mean, the eye is glassy for the most part. All the noise is gone because I was shooting at 1250 ISO, which isn't that bad. Honestly, there's not a lot of noise in the RAW file. But 280 millimeters to get through the fence at f5.6, because with the teleconverter, you don't have 2.8, you have 5.6 throughout the whole range. So 280 millimeter, I was all the way out, and it actually, with full frame equivalent, would be more than that. It would be 420 or whatever I came up with the other day, whatever the math ended up being. But what I'm saying is, with the 2x teleconverter, look how nice and clear and sharp and detailed all the hair. I mean, it's really nice and detailed. I'm very happy with this. I think this is going to work out really, really well. Even with the background, you can see some of the swirlies. That's from shooting through the fence. That's when you see those, usually in these, zoo animals, you're going to see those swirlies. You can't really get rid of them. I mean, you could, I guess, if you worked hard at it. I don't really worry about it too much because why are you looking at the blurry part of the photo? But anyway, so here's the raw file. As you can see down here, RAF, Royal Air Force. And I did the exact same thing. Now, when I first did this, my temperature was at 4,000. This is your white balance. Was at 4,000. And temp was at plus 33. Okay. But on the raw file, it was different. It was a different temperature, color temperature. It was like 4,100. And the temp was about plus 27. It's really weird. So, and as you can see, there's a difference in the photos. There's the DxO. there's the regular RAW file. There is a difference in the colors, but my white balance is the same. I set this to 4,000 manually, set this to plus 33 manually. I set my exposure exactly the same, plus 20, plus 33 on contrast. You can see it. It's the same. All these are the same. I made sure all these settings are exactly the same. Clarity, texture, blacks, shadows, everything exactly the same. All the numbers are the same. I didn't mess with colors at all. I didn't mess with any of the sliders here, the hue, saturation, luminance. The only difference is in, the only difference would be sharpening. And even before, I didn't do anything with vignetting, anything with transform. The only difference would be here, these are the Lightroom lens corrections. And it also recognizes the 2x teleconverter. It's right there, 2x. So I don't understand. Notice there's a difference. Notice, watch it how it kind of warps a little bit. So there's the DNG. There's the RAW file. There's a difference in the profile or in the lens corrections. So maybe the DxO did not have the 2x teleconverter. I don't know. But there is a difference. But there's also a difference in color. Look at the difference in color. There is a distinct difference in color. This one's more magenta. This one's a lot less magenta. It's definitely different. I don't know why that is. I don't understand. I need to do more testing. Maybe if some of you guys know, leave a comment down below why that is. Why the DNG file would have a different color or a different, the lens corrections I can almost see, but yeah, it's different. It's just a different color. Why is the RAW file more magenta? And I'm using the same nostalgic neg, so that's the same. That's the same. White balance is all the same. Exposure is the same. Contrast, highlight, shadows, blah, blah, blah. It's all the same. Everything's the same. Exactly the same, except for sharpening. I was trying to boost sharpening up on this. I still can't get the detail out of this. It's close, but it's not that close, to be honest. I had to really bump the sharpening, and after I did some noise reduction, because if you take all the noise reduction out, you can see the noise in the eye. If you go over here to the DxO, no noise, kind of glassy. It's hard to tell because it's shaded, but there's definitely an improvement with the DxO file. So I do agree DxO does a really, really good job at rendering these raw files. And if I took sharpening all the way out, you could really see the difference. From a distance, you're not going to see that big of a difference. But when you're zoomed in, if you're doing any kind of pixel peeping, yeah, you're going to see a big difference for sure. Go back over here to the DxO file, just so much detail. Tons and tons of detail. Look at that. Look at that nose. This is with the XH2S, by the way. I had a problem with the XH2, and I'll get into that with another video because I need to see if I can recreate the problem, but I had a big problem with my XH2 today. Kind of a scary situation, and I'm not real happy about it, but I'll talk about it later, so stay tuned for that. Let's go to, not even close. Not even close on the detail. So DxO definitely does a much better job rendering the raw files. So I'll give you that. Hey, I'll give it to you. The DxO warriors, I'll give you that. But anyway, if those of you that use DxO on a regular basis, can you explain to me why there's a color shift? And, the lens profile corrections, I can kind of see there might be a difference, but not the color. I just can't see the color being that different. And just, man, there's a lot of warpage. You can see it goes from pincushion. That's fine. It seems like the DxO is fine. And then when you get to the raw file, the regular raw file, that it's got not pincushion, whatever the opposite of pincushion, I guess. It's just, I don't know. It's just different. If somebody knows, please explain. Leave a comment down below explaining to me why the color's different or whatever, I would appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.